Generally we start off with a quote. So I have a very beautiful quote, which Mr. George Friedman gave for Bitcoin. Okay, very interesting. And I would like to read it out word by word because I don't remember it word by word. Bitcoin is neither a fish nor fowl, but both pricing it as a commodity when no commodity exists and trying to make it behave as a currency seems problematic. The problem is not that it is not issued by the government, nor that it is unregulated. The problem is that it is hard to see what it is. In the first few slides, you will observe we will not be clear of what is cryptocurrency. This Bitcoin has to be read as cryptocurrency. Whether it is a commodity, so is it goods? Or whether it is a currency like an Indian rupee, or whether it is like a gold. So is it an investment? No idea at all. Like Mani was in the initial part of the segment mentioning, different countries have decided to treat it in a different way. Some say it is a security, some say it is a good, some say I will recognize it. So one of the countries, one of the remotest countries, has recognized it also as a legal tender, right? So different countries are adopting different approach. India, as usual, is wait and watch policy. Let's see what is going to happen, right? Okay, let's go a little ahead. Before we get into cryptocurrency, let's understand few statistics so that we get to know what is the importance of the topic today. The total cryptocurrency market today, with all the cryptocurrencies put together, is 1.77 trillion, not rupees, dollars. Okay, so by worth, if we were to keep all the economies together, it would have been the 8th largest economy in the world. Okay, just cryptocurrency will be 8th largest economy, right? Bitcoin, which is one of the cryptocurrencies, is $1 trillion out of this $1.77 trillion. Okay. Third, the first Bitcoin, which was used to purchase something, purchase goods, it was used to buy 2 pizzas. So for the 2 pizzas, a person spent 10,000 Bitcoins, which the Bitcoin value has been increasing. But last time when I saw it was $43,000. It's increased beyond this. I saw just between last 5-6 days, it is increased by another 2-3%. All right. So assuming it is $43,000, it would have been that the 2 pizzas were actually at present value purchased at $0.43 million. Okay. I feel very sad for that person who was very happy that day that he got 2 pizzas free by using the Bitcoin. But today he will be repenting that why did he spend those 10,000 Bitcoins just for 2 pizzas? He might have actually bought one pizza outlet itself. Okay. Global mining income, like we mine gold, there is a concept of mining the cryptocurrencies. The revenue which a miner can get from this mining is $20 billion. We'll explore this mining concept also in a while. Okay. 72% of Bitcoin mining is done by China. And it is an irony that just 2 or 3 months back, China banned Bitcoin. Okay, and said we are going to bring in our own Bitcoin variant. Like they don't have Google, they have their own variant of Google search engine, right? Okay. There are 14,000 Bitcoin ATMs. Like we have real money ATMs, we have Bitcoin ATMs also, not in India as of now. Okay. There are, like we have BSC and NSE, there are 309 cryptocurrency stock exchanges. Okay. A crypto post, meaning something related to cryptocurrency, you would have seen in Economic Times also. Every day, 1 or 2 articles are there on cryptocurrency. Every 2 seconds, in some platform or the other, there is a post which appears relating to cryptocurrency. Right? 67% of the millennials, that is the next generation, okay, prefer cryptocurrency for investment compared to gold. Okay. Now these are the positive sides. The negative side is, if you have to mine a Bitcoin, we'll see the procedure also of mining the Bitcoin. If you have to mine a Bitcoin, you have to use a lot of electricity, right? So it uses more electricity than what Argentina uses as a country. So if we keep it as an economy, it is the 8th largest economy. If we keep it as a country, if Bitcoin where itself a country, it would have been the 30th largest energy user in the world, right? Next, one Bitcoin transaction can leave footprints, carbon footprints, how we calculate whether there is a lot of emission of carbon or not, equal to 7 lakh, approximately 7 lakh Visa transactions. So that is the amount of carbon emission which is done by one Bitcoin transaction. Okay, annual electricity cost in Bitcoin mining is $4.45 billion, right? Next, there are 600 million plus, it's adding every day, malware. So that means if you search for cryptocurrency or somebody says I'm going to give you free cryptocurrency, you click on that link, there is chance that out of the 600 million malware, some malware will get attacked in your, or will get installed in your phone or in your laptop. Okay, so this is few statistics about Bitcoin. There are, or cryptocurrency. There are a lot of statistics related to this. Maybe if you do a Google search, you will get a lot. Best of it, whatever I thought which is relevant for our topic, I have picked up and displayed here, right? Okay, now some basics of cryptocurrency. There is blockchain, which is the platform, like I mentioned. On the platform, somebody has built a solution called cryptocurrency, and everybody can build it out. So there is Bitcoin, there is Ethereum, there is Dogecoin. So everybody wants to release their own solution, right? It's like a you have Android, on Android you have App Store, on App Store you have so many applications, right? Okay, now we go to differences between Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. Okay, what is a Bitcoin? It's the first cryptocurrency. Okay, very secure, because it uses a US military safeguard what do you say crypting code, okay, which is called SHA-256 algorithm. So that means when you have a private and a public key, there are 22 to the power 56 private key combinations. Now please don't ask me any questions on this. This is what a friend of mine who's very good in technology gave me some information about Bitcoin. But if you ask me a little detail about it, I will get lost. Okay, right. Now, how was a Bitcoin introduced? Like GST, where a white paper was released. Okay, and they said this is how GST is going to be implemented. Likewise, even in Bitcoin, one anonymous person, he called himself as Satoshi Nakamoto. Now we don't know whether he is an individual or is a group of persons. Okay, he released a white paper called Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. Okay, and that's how Bitcoin was born. Okay, it as of today does not have any asset backing, and it does not have any physical form. Okay, it's just in the computer, right? Now every miner, whoever mines the Bitcoins, gets reward. That is how the entire Bitcoin works. Okay, and after 2,10,000 blocks are created, the reward gets reduced by half, right? So we'll look at this also in little detail to the extent it is relevant for GST. Okay, so in 2009 there were only 50 Bitcoins, but in 2020 we have the reward. If I was getting 50 reward points, today I'm getting only 6.25, because the rewards keep getting reduced. By this projection, they're saying totally only 21 million Bitcoins will be mined, and of which 2 million Bitcoins have already been mined. So our target is that there'll be only 21 million Bitcoins in this world, but of that only 2 million have been mined. But at the going rate, the last Bitcoin will be mined in the year 2140 based on current projections. Okay. Now, what is cryptocurrency? So there were a lot of bank frauds which were happening. You would have heard of Lehman Brothers and subprime crisis in US. So what was happening is a lot of people lost faith in bank. They said, see, we have say Venkat here, and we have Ramurthy sir here. So assuming Ramurthy sir is running a bank, no offense to anybody and no ill intentions to anyone, just as an example. So Ramurthy sir is a banker. Okay, and we have Mr. Venkat, who is part of this August gathering today. So Mr. Venkat banks with Ramurthy sir. So Ramurthy sir is going to maintain an account where he will debit Venkat, where he will credit Venkat, depending on whether he is depositing the money or whether he is withdrawing the money. It is only between two of them. Now, tomorrow, if Venkat has some problem, so he is not able to, pay off his debts. What if the bank gives him fictitious credit, okay, and says you get 10 lakh rupees? Or if the central government does not have money, it starts printing money. Okay, that is what is happening everywhere. Wherever they think that the money is not there, they'll just start printing money, because earlier money was based on some backing in the form of gold. Now none of the countries follow the gold backing method. The money is getting printed even without gold backing, right? So now cryptocurrency, whoever envisaged cryptocurrency, they said there is too much of power with the financial institutions. If they do something wrong, they can fetch the books very, very easily. If there is a loan defaulter, they can fetch the books and give him money. Okay, we don't want all this thing to happen. See what happened in Satyam. In Satyam, whoever did whatever wrong, the end point was, whenever auditors asked where the money is, the standard answer was, we have fixed deposit, and they would print the bank deposit receipts and say, this is the fixed deposit I have. Correct? Now, decentralized, there is a centralized authority, say RBI, say SBI. They control all the records relating to I depositing the money and I withdrawing the money. Cryptocurrency concept is, there should be no centralized authority at all. It should be decentralized, meaning all of us will be able to see how much money Venkat has deposited in the bank and how much money he has withdrawn. So not just the bank will have control, everybody will have a control of how much money were deposited, how much money is withdrawn. Now, if something goes wrong in Venkat's account because of a bad financial decision, everybody will know that there is a shortfall in his account which he has to make good. That is what is decentralized authority. We'll take another example, very simple example. Okay, if I have, and this is a classic example, any search you do on cryptocurrency, this is the first example you will get. So I have a phone with me. I can sell this phone. It is in physical form, right? So everybody will know that I have sold one phone to Mr. X, and there is no issue around it. But when I'm sending something digitally, when I send something to Mr. Venkat digitally, assuming this is a photo of this phone is a physical copy, I will give it to somebody. I cannot give the same phone to somebody else because physical possession has already been given to Mr. X. But if I have to give a photo, a beautiful photo to somebody, I will tell Mr. X, I am giving this photo only to you. I am not giving to anybody else at all. Okay. The same photo I can give to 10 different people and cheat them. Okay. Now here, what cryptocurrency or blockchain does is, when I give this photo or this digital image to Mr. X, everybody is recording this transaction. So it is not a centralized authority. It is decentralized. Everybody knows about it. Okay. The people who know are called miners, M-I-N-E-R-S, not miners, M-I-N-O-R-S, M-I-N-E-R-S, miners. So they know, and they have a record of all these transactions. In bank, who has a record? The accounting clerk has a record of these transactions. This accounting clerk job in cryptocurrency world has been outsourced to anybody who has a computer. They will verify the transaction. They will create a debit and credit on the blockchain platform. All right. So now when I give this picture or image or a digital asset to Mr. X, I cannot give that to Mr. Y, because in this digital world, I have already sent the ownership to Mr. X. Now, Mr. X can give it to Mr. Y, but he cannot give it to Mr. Z, right? Likewise, the chain will continue. And at any point in time, the precedence and the future, both from where did it come, where did it go, everything is recorded. That is why it is called decentralized authority. No central bank has a charge. So one person cannot fudge and say, no, this is the record. Because now if I have to change this transaction of sending it to Mr. X, I have to change records of all the miners, which may be very, very difficult. Okay, that is one. Second, it is not under the control of a single person. All the miners have control. So it is free from control of a single person. Third, there can be no forgery, because in case of money, I can print it. I can, forge the money. I can create a counterfeit of that money. But here, because who gave it to whom, there is a track. Whenever that forfeiture comes to the notice, I can always go to the starting point and catch hold of that person. Okay. The transaction fee for transfer of money in Bitcoin or cryptocurrency is very, very low. Okay. Uses blockchain as a database. So that's when that backward reference and forward reference is possible. Okay. 1 second. There's some issue with my screen. Okay. Next. There are around 4,000 cryptocurrencies around the world. So we are talking about just one Bitcoin or Ethereum. Like that, now 4,000 currencies are running in the world. Okay. Now, what are the issues around? These are the positive aspects of cryptocurrency. What are the issues around the cryptocurrency? One transaction verification takes hours because lot of miners have to confirm this transaction. Okay. Second, as and when the rewards are getting reduced, earlier for one verification, I was getting 50 Bitcoins. Now I'm getting only 6.25 Bitcoins. And because I'm competing with so many miners to verify the transaction, my electricity cost, the cost of capital to invest in a smart system is increasing. So my reward is reducing, but my cost is increasing. Okay. So many cryptocurrencies. In fact, US, there is security exchange control, like we have SEBI here, to ensure that people are aware that cryptocurrency can be a fraud. Okay. They opened a fake website to say we are launching cryptocurrency, please invest. Okay. They created dummy white papers where they clearly said this is a fake website, please don't invest. Still, there were hundreds of people who were ready to invest, though the website clearly said we are a fake cryptocurrency. The moment somebody says cryptocurrency, anybody and everybody wants to invest because they think it is the next big thing. Okay. Next, we are talking about decentralized control, but 70% of mining happens in China. What if all these miners come together? Like what happened in USA? In USA, some of the big stockbroking houses said that these shares are going to, reduce. So what they did, they started a Robin Hood army on social media, and they said these big stock exchange firms are saying the prices are going to reduce. Let's ensure that it does not reduce. Keep buying. So they kept on buying, just to ensure that the ego of the big stockbroking firms is hurt. Okay. End of it, somebody bought it at a very high price, and the market, crashed. And the person in the passing the pillow game, whoever has the pillow at the end, loses. Likewise, here also, the person who bought at the highest price lost the money. What if everybody in China, through a social media, comes together and then says, no, we'll gang up and change the entire record? Then what happens? Okay. Then if I by mistake transfer some money to Mr. X instead of Y, at least I have somebody to complain to. I have a bank to complain to. But because there is a decentralized control in cryptocurrency, I cannot complain to anyone. Whom will I complain? That instead of sending a currency to Mr. X, I have sent it to Mr. Y. Once that transaction is done, it's done. Okay, so that is one issue with cryptocurrency. Now let's look at what do you mean by blockchain? Okay, so this concept could be a little taxing on the head. So whenever you have doubt, you please send in your questions. Okay, and if I think it is relevant for the topic, I will read out that question and I will try to answer it then and there itself. GST implications, I would want to take it later, the questions on GST implication. But on the basics of cryptocurrency, if you have any question, please let me know. Okay, right. So I'll also look at the chat box once I finish this slide. Let's look at how blockchain works. So I want to transfer, I have some 10 Bitcoins. I want to transfer that to Mr. X. It's like Paytm. I can transfer it very easily, right? Okay. So I will request for the transaction. Now the transaction will be broadcasted. It will be informed to all the nodes who are nodes registered as miners. So if I have a laptop and if I'm registered as a miner, it will be communicated to me. Now I will have to validate this transaction. So all the miners will start working on validating this transaction. Okay, this validation happens through complex algorithms. So I will have to solve mathematical sums to validate this transaction. Whoever confirms this transaction first out of all the miners will get the reward of 6.25 bitcoins. Okay, the miner will get that much reward. Okay, and this transaction will become part of the block. So we already have blocks, it will become part of the block. And if you look at the fourth image, that block is created which links the earlier block and the next block, and it forms part of the chain. So that is why it becomes blockchain. And once it becomes part of the blockchain, it is uneditable. It is uneditable, and then the transaction will be completed by transferring that money to B. Right? I hope this is clear. Now, where I thought it could be relevant in GST, okay? Assuming we are following blockchain technology in GST, I'm sure that day is not very far. Vendor uploads the invoice on the seller, okay, by a e-invoice or whatever mechanism we are following on that particular day. Okay, vendor pays the tax. All right, transaction gets broadcasted and all the miners confirm, or maybe in this case the tax officer confirms that on this invoice the tax has been paid. Okay, now this GST credit will go to the seller. The system approves, yes, you can take credit because the vendor has paid the tax. Based on that, the seller claims the credit. Now the vendor cannot amend the invoice. The seller cannot deny this transaction. He can take the credit. The tax officer cannot say the tax was not paid on this invoice. So after 5 years, he cannot say I will disavow the credit. So this is one of the ways in which we can use blockchain for the purpose of solving our problem of GSTR 2A versus 3B. See, we are in GST, our mind will only work in how to match GSTR 2A and 3B. So when I was reading about blockchain, I realized this could be a very good system to solve our problems on GSTR 2A and 3B. Right? I'll just look at the chat box to see if there are any questions. No, as of now, good that there are no questions. I'm happy about it. Right, next. Okay, now how does a cryptocurrency comes into existence? Assuming I want to start my own cryptocurrency, how do I ensure that the cryptocurrency comes into life? I want, say, hit coin, like Bitcoin. I want a hit coin so that it's a hit. Okay, so I will have to issue something called as a white paper and tell all the prospective investors how is my cryptocurrency different from all the other currencies available in the market. So let's take an example of Ethereum. Now, what is Ethereum doing and how is it different from Bitcoin? Bitcoin is a classic coin, which the objective was to only transact on purchase goods and services. Now, what Ethereum is doing is it is integrating another feature. Okay, it's like Outlook integrating calendar. So whenever you get a invite or whenever you are purchasing tickets and you get a mail from Make My Trip, the calendar will automatically say you have to travel to Hyderabad, or from Hyderabad you have to travel to Bangalore. Automatically we see that there is an integration between Outlook and or between Gmail and the calendar. Okay, likewise what Ethereum is trying to do is in the white paper they've said we will also enable smart contracts. We'll take a very simple example of what do you mean by a smart contract. Okay, assuming I'll just take the name of a random participant whose name I see Anchal. Okay, Anchal's name here, first name is Anchal. So assuming Anchal has a big property in say Pune, okay, commercial property, and I want to start a CA practice. So I approach Anchal and tell her, can you give me 1,000 square feet out of your 10,000 square feet area of commercial complex? We enter into a smart contract, not a regular contract, a smart contract. What is a smart contract? It will be created on an Ethereum platform. Okay, where we agree to the terms. She will give it to me for 11 months, renewable every year. There'll be an increase of 5%. I have to maintain the office the way it is. Any regular repairs, I will have to take care. Capital repairs, she will take care. All the regular terms and conditions will be captured. One thing which will also be captured is I am required to pay Anshul 1 lakh rupees a month by 5th of the next month. So we are in September. September's rent in October, by 5th of October, I have to deposit. And how do I get access to the office? I have been given access card. Some 50 access cards have been given to me and my employees. We have to swipe. and get into the office. All right. Now, how does the smart contract work? If I don't follow even one condition of this contract, then I will not get access to the premises. Okay. So now, if the money does not get transferred by 5th of next month to Anchal's bank account, okay, on the 6th day of the next month, when I swipe my card, I will not get access to the premises at all. That is the smart contract Ethereum is talking about. Now, when will that come? Are we going to look at that perfection at any point in time? I am not sure. But world is working around these smart contracts. Okay. So I will also in my white paper say, what is the purpose? Is it only for purchase and sale, or I will have additional products which will be useful when you transact with my cryptocurrency? So I will issue a white paper. Okay. Now everybody is going to read those white papers, and then nobody is going to invest because nobody understands my proof of concept. I will have to prove, and I don't have any proof of concept. So what I will do is I will go to near and dear ones, or I will advertise initial coin offering like a IPO. I will do an initial coin offering and tell everyone, please invest in my concept. Okay. I think the price is $100, but today because I don't have money, I cannot prove my concept. So I will offer it to you at $25 instead of $100. So you take all the coins from me, cryptocurrency from me at $25. I'm sure it is going to go at $100 after 1 year or 2 years or 5 years. So investors start coming in, they start giving me money. I start giving them tokens or assurance that whenever coin comes into picture, I will issue it to you, because today there are no coins. Okay. Once that happens, transactions start taking place between the investor group itself. Okay, because I've built sufficient base. Now they start transacting. When they start transacting, I want nodes to confirm this transaction. That's when mining kicks in. Okay, and the system keeps rewarding the miners. Okay, and once there is a big ecosystem, there'll be a WazirX or a coin exchange or some other platform which will say, okay, now you have sufficient amount of transaction for me to list you on the platform so that any person can purchase or sell your cryptocurrency. That is when we get access to this cryptocurrency. We can get access at ICO level itself, but very, very risky, because we don't, and there are so many frauds, especially in US, there are so many frauds as far as ICOs are concerned. You can look up, the fraud runs into crores. As soon as somebody says, I want to release cryptocurrency, crores of rupees or millions of dollars of rupees are given to that person and he will escape. Okay, so we'll have to wait till listing, and after listing we can talk about transferring 1 Bitcoin, 2 Bitcoins, half Bitcoin, 0.00001 Bitcoin. It can be bought in fractions also. The Bitcoin price is so high that I can buy a fraction of that Bitcoin as well. Okay, now let's talk about legality of cryptocurrency in India. Okay, the finance minister in his budget speech, the honorable late finance minister Mr. Arun Jaitley, in his budget speech in 2018 said that cryptocurrency is not a legal tender and all the efforts will be made to eliminate use of crypto assets in financing illegitimate activities, because the news was that cryptocurrency is being used for the in dark web where all the illegal transactions happen, or for hawala transaction, or for giving money for murder or smuggling or drugs, or for sale of stolen artifacts from the museum. So that was the news. So he said in his budget speech that we will take all the actions required to eliminate crypto assets being used from illegitimate activity, because see that we said it can be tracked to me. Any transaction where I have done, it can be tracked to me, but it is not tracked to Hanish. It is tracked to the IP address of Hanish. So there is no person in crypto, in blockchain. It is the IP address. I'm just using IP address as an assumption, but it is a number to which it can be associated to. It's not to a particular person. So it is completely anonymous. It will not say money has been transferred from Mr. X to Mr. Y. It will say from IP address X, it has been transferred to IP address Y. Okay. Then subsequently in 2018, same year in April, RBI issued an instruction to prohibit banks and other financial institutions from dealing with any person who is dealing in cryptocurrency. So RBI said, you please don't deal with any person who is dealing in cryptocurrency. Now, basis this circular, there was a writ petition which was filed. I'll come to it a little later. Subsequently, there have been 3 attempts which have been made by the government to table a bill. As of now, the bill has not been tabled. Crypto token and crypto asset bill, banning of cryptocurrency. If you look at the heading itself, it is not even short note. It is the name of the act itself. Then third was cryptocurrency and regulation. First was banning. Second was banning and regulating. Then third, regulation. It was not banning. But the third bill, which is in 2021, which was supposed to be introduced in the Lok Sabha, the copy is not available. The second bill copy is available, where they said if you deal in anything relating to banned cryptocurrency, imprisonment can go up to 10 years and penalty will be 50 crores. And the objective was RBI is going to release its own digital currency. Now, I cannot understand how that will happen, because the entire basis for cryptocurrency is that it should be deregularized. If RBI is going to issue, it is going to be regularized. It is going to be centralized. It goes against the essence of cryptocurrency itself, right? But that was the news, okay, that RBI is going to come up with its own cryptocurrency, right? But as of now, nothing has happened. Evasive answers are heard whenever the concept of or topic of cryptocurrency comes into picture. Okay. Next, the Supreme Court, when Internet and Mobile Association of India filed a writ petition against the instruction issued by the RBI, the Supreme Court said that you cannot make Bitcoin or cryptocurrency illegal. This instruction which the RBI has given itself is illegal. Okay, so this instruction is illegal. You cannot issue this kind of a instruction. If you want to regulate, you can regulate by passing an act or bringing in a legislation, but this instruction appears to be incorrect. So basis this, as of now in India, whether it is legal, no. Whether it is illegal, no. It is not illegal because of a Supreme Court decision. Now, RBI instruction also has been set aside. But if any of you are investing in cryptocurrency, you will realize suddenly your app will give a message that today there are no restrictions. You can deposit the money through any bank. When you start depositing, after some times, again, if you want to buy some cryptocurrency, the message will come. No, we are not accepting any bank payments. You have to transfer it through UPI up to 20,000 rupees only. That is because banks are now not clear what to do. Sometimes they allow, sometimes they don't allow. And that is when all these procedures keeps changing. Okay. As of today, it is neither illegal, neither legal. Okay. But we cannot authoritatively say that I can transact in cryptocurrency. Okay. Now we come to what is cryptocurrency, because GST is applicable only on goods or services or both. So for anything to be liable to GST, it should qualify the definition of either it being goods or it being services. If it is neither goods nor services, GST cannot apply. Okay. Let's look at the definition of goods. Definition of goods as well as definition of services says it does not include money. So if I give you 100 rupees and you give me back that 100 rupees, it is neither goods nor services. So no need to pay GST on the same. Likewise, loan transactions are transactions in money. So I'm not required to pay transaction when I borrow money from bank and pay it back. So is cryptocurrency money? If you look at the definition of money, it means it should be a legal tender recognized by RBI. Okay, I'm not getting into too much of definition. You can have a look at it, but it has to be recognized by RBI. It can be used for purchase and sale of goods or services. Can cryptocurrency be used? Yes, Bitcoin was used. Tesla said you can buy my cars using Dogecoin, and that's when Dogecoin increased. And then the statement came from their founder that no, you cannot use. I never meant it that way. Okay, Elon Musk said that, right? So again, the prices come. But can Bitcoins be used or cryptocurrency can be used for purchase and sale of goods and services? Yes, it can be used, but not many people are recognizing it. I was told PwC recently accepted fees in Bitcoin. Okay, if you search, you will get that article. So that means it can be used for purchase and sale. That means it is in the nature of money. Okay, but Bitcoin or cryptocurrency is not guaranteed by anyone. If you look at the note, I am I will pay to the bearer 100 rupees. I will pay to the bearer 2000 rupees. But does Bitcoin come with a guarantee? Today it is $43,000. Tomorrow it can be $10. Day after tomorrow it can be zero also. We don't know about that. So nobody guarantees that I will pay you. That means it is not money, right? Can we say it is gold? Because gold is mined, and that's where they got a concept of I will mine the Bitcoin also. If you look at Bitcoins or cryptocurrency, the entire idea is that it will work like gold. It will be mined, though there it is physical mining, here it is virtual mining, okay? And gold will be limited in the entire world. There is X amount of gold only. We don't know how much reserves are there. But here also, I will restrict Bitcoins to only 21 billion Bitcoins, okay? So there is a cap on what is the upper limit of Bitcoins, okay? So there will be a demand and a supply, because of which the prices will keep fluctuating. So it acts in the form of gold. But gold can be used as jewelry, especially South Indians like us, we know, right? That gold can be used as jewelry or for showing off or to be donated to God. But what is the end use of Bitcoin? There is no end use, right? So it is not gold also, right? Is it shares or security? Now, it can be traded in exchanges. We have 3,000, 4,000 plus exchanges. So like I can buy Reliance share, I can buy and sell Bitcoins also. But shares have an underlying value. Now, don't tell me Zomato example, sir, where is this, underlying asset there? I'm no stock exchange expert. Okay. But Bitcoin does not have, or cryptocurrency does not have any underlying asset. There is only a white paper to say, I might do this. Okay. So it is not shares also. So is it a reward point? Is it like, the reward points that we get when we swipe our credit card? Yes, because it is created and issued by a issuing company. I can start a cryptocurrency company and I will issue it. Okay. But reward points carry a expiry date. Bitcoins are eternal. It does not carry a expiry date at all. So it is not reward points. Okay. And in case of reward points, the person who issues it will ensure that he will redeem it. Here, I issue the cryptocurrency. Tomorrow something happens, I'll close down my business. There's no value for the cryptocurrencies at all, right? So from this, we observe that this cryptocurrency is neither money, nor gold, nor shares, nor reward points. I hope you agree with me. If you have any differing views, I would definitely want to hear those, okay, after my time is over, okay? If it is not all of these, then what is cryptocurrency? Okay, if you look at the definition of money, which I said we will discuss, we will not get into too much. I have reproduced the definition. You will observe that it is none of the four criteria. It is not an Indian legal tender. It is not a foreign currency. It is neither a check, promissory note, bill of exchange, or nor any other instrument recognized by RBI. RBI is not recognized it still. Can we say it is a security? Again, security is under the Securities Act. Okay. If you look at carefully the Supreme Court decision in the writ petition filed by the Mobile Association, the cryptocurrency bill was given to SEBI to say, please give your comments. You know what SEBI said? We are not the person suited for regulating cryptocurrency. That means SEBI, who has to regulate securities, said we are not going to regulate cryptocurrency because these are not securities at all. Okay, indirectly, that is what it means. Can we say it is goods? If you look at the Supreme Court decision again, at some places, they say that it is goods, though the question was not whether it is goods or services. So we cannot take the decision of the Supreme Court. But at some places, they admit that it is in the nature of goods. Okay. Now, what is goods? Every kind of movable property is goods. If you go to the decision of celebrated decision of the Supreme Court in case of TCS, when the question was whether software is goods or not, it said anything which is capable of abstraction, consumption, use, and can be transmitted, transferred, delivered, stored, or possessed, that will be goods. In India, tangibles can also be goods, intangibles can also be goods. Okay, unlike US where only tangibles are goods, in India, intangibles can also be goods as long as they satisfy few of these conditions. And I'm sure all of us will agree that Bitcoin has all these features because it is at the end of the day a software. It is a program. It is a code. Okay, so it can be stored, it can be delivered, it can be transferred, it can be transmitted. All the features are available. So using this TCS decision, according to me, it is a movable property and hence it should be treated as goods in my view. Okay, I might be completely wrong, but that is what my view is. Okay, now if we assume that it is goods, then can it be taxed when I buy cryptocurrency or when I sell cryptocurrency? Can I be treated as a dealer who is dealing in this cryptocurrency and hence tax is required to be discharged at the rate of 18%, because if there is no specific rate, I have to pay 18%. Okay. In this regard, I would want to say there is no specific entry. In fact, if you go to the residual entry for goods, it says goods nowhere else specified. Okay, that means it has to be there in the tariff, customs tariff, but nowhere in the notification. Then it will be 18%. But if you go to the customs tariff, there I could not find any entry which can cover cryptocurrency. Then how can government, without having an entry, ask us to pay tax at the rate of 18%? That is one issue. Okay, according to me, there is no entry. It cannot form part of the residual entry, and so there can be no tax, even if it is considered as goods. But assuming we go ahead and we say no, okay, on default, I have to by default pay 18% if it is not there in any tariff. Assuming, okay, then I am a chartered accountant. I have just opened an account on one of the cryptocurrency exchanges. I am buying and selling cryptocurrency. Can it be said to be in the course or furtherance of my business? Because section 9 says supply of goods or services for consideration in the course of business is only liable to tax. I have to satisfy all the conditions. First, it should be goods. Second, it should be for consideration. Third, it should be in the course of my business. Now, there we go back to the famous press release after the master class of GST, right? Where they said a household lady selling her old ornaments in exchange for new ornaments, or selling gold to a goldsmith, is not selling the gold in the course of her business, so she should not be liable to pay tax. Likewise, here also, my business is I'm a chartered accountant. That is my personal asset, which I am buying and selling. I am not required to pay GST on the same. That could be the second argument. Okay, these are only the arguments. Okay, third, even if I sell a Bitcoin, like I said, I don't know whom am I selling to. The exchange directly transfer it to some number, random number. Okay, I don't know whether he's in Karnataka. I'm in Karnataka. I don't know whether he's in Karnataka. I don't know whether he's in India. I don't know whether he's outside India. So even if I want to pay tax, should I pay CGST, SGST? Should I pay IGST, or should I treat it as export of goods or services? I don't know. All right. So I'm trying to say, what are the challenges government is going to face if they want to levy taxes? Okay. Now, there are multiple permutation and combinations here. We will look at a few of them because there are so many multiple permutation and combination when it comes to taxation of Bitcoin. So I will look at few examples to explain the principles, and then we can build on them. Maybe you can build on those examples. Okay. The issuing company may be outside India, may be in India. Okay. The person who is issuing the cryptocurrency. The person who is buying can be in India, can be outside India, right? So how do we ascertain whether when I bought, it is an asset which is being held outside India or it is in India? That is another question which will come up, because it is a digital asset, not a physical asset. Okay. Now let's look at few examples to understand things a little better from a GST perspective. Okay. Issuance of ICO. That is the first step of cryptocurrency. Okay. Before we get into this, I would just want to pause a minute. Any questions till now? Anybody wants to ask any question?
Participants, if there are any questions, you can raise hand as well, so that we will allow you to talk.
Sure. I think I'm very convincing, or I have confused everyone, so there's no question. No problem. I'll continue. So the first transaction in cryptocurrency was, what we were discussing is We said issuance of ICOs. That means I am calling all the investors, the friends and family, and saying, I have a concept. You please invest in this concept, and I am going to give you these coins at a very cheap rate. Okay. Is this liable to GST? Because our question starts from the first point. Okay. Assuming it is an Indian company which wants to issue cryptocurrencies, is it liable to GST? Okay. There I would say it is similar to IPO, but it is at a concept level. It is, I am not physically giving any coins to them. I am saying I will give you the coin if the proof of concept work. Okay, so you invest in me. So there is no transaction really happening where there is exchange of coins. It is just they are funding me, which is a transaction in money for which I am promising something in future. So I would believe at ICO level, there is no transaction in goods and services. It is a transaction in money, and so it may not be liable to tax. That is the first part. Second, these miners who are verifying the transaction, like in bank, we have bank clerks who are verifying the transaction. We have miners across the globe who are verifying the transaction. They are getting the money, all right, for verifying the transaction. And who is giving the money? The company who started this cryptocurrency is giving them money, which is like a salary. In lieu of the salary, the miners are getting money. I would think that the money, the bitcoins or the cryptocurrency, what the miners have got in exchange for their services to the system is liable to GST, because it is in their course of business that they have mined the bitcoins, and for that they have received the consideration in the form of money's worth, being bitcoins or being cryptocurrency. They will have to convert that into INR, the money's worth, on the day when they receive the money, and they will have to discharge tax. But there are also a lot of issues. I might get money from a company which is outside India, then it is export. I might get money from within India, then it is whether it is intrastate or interstate. So that is something which we will have to explore. If I'm getting money from outside India, then the question is, I have rendered services. Have I received the money in convertible foreign exchange? No, I have received in bitcoins. So can it be said that you have received money in foreign currency, so it is not liable to tax? I may not be able to satisfy the conditions of receiving the money in convertible foreign exchange. So though it might be an export of service, I might not be able to satisfy all the conditions, so I might have to pay GST. The other way to look at it is, I was supposed to get money in convertible foreign exchange and I was supposed to buy bitcoins. I have netted off this transaction and I've straight away got bitcoin. So I have gained foreign currency, I had to give up foreign currency, both of it I have netted off and I've got bitcoins. That may be a far-fetched argument, but that argument is possible. Second argument is to not pay tax on mining fees. Is, see, when we are assuming we are in a horse race, or it's a season of cricket, India and England. Okay, so when assuming we are talking about IPL, okay, so RCB pays me money to pay cricket. Okay, to play cricket, I'm sorry. So they pay me 1 crore of rupees, assuming. I wish that happens. Okay, so they pay me 1 crore of rupees. Now I play really well. Okay, and so now the IPL managing team gives me a man of match award of 10 lakh rupees. Is it liable to GST? Now there are a lot of rulings in service tax as well, that this 10 lakh rupees is not a consideration. You never played for the 10 lakh rupees. You always wanted to play well, but your revenue was the match fee what you're getting, right? But the man of the match has come because you performed well. There was no obligation. Tomorrow, if the man of match is not awarded to you, you cannot file a case. Why did you not give me man of the match? Why did you not give me 10 lakh rupees, right? It is a voluntary contribution by BCCI, or it is a voluntary contribution by any committee, right? So I'm not required to pay GST on that 10 lakh rupees. On 1 crore, I have to pay. Likewise here, there is no contract between the miners and the company. Whoever is the first, like fastest finger first in KBC, whoever is the first to verify the transaction gets the money. So it is like a game. Now, when it is a game and there is no contract between two people, then can I say it is a prize money? And because it is a prize money, I'm not required to pay tax. That is one argument one can take to say, I will not pay tax even on the mining fees, right? It will have to develop. Like I said, I don't have answers. I definitely have a lot of questions. Okay, so one way is to say it is taxable. I have given you the arguments for that. The other way is to say it is not taxable. I have given you whatever I thought are logical answers, questions which can be raised. Okay, then the third point. Now, how is mining done? I have to solve a lot of mathematical problems. Initially, these mathematical problems or algorithms to create a block was very, very easy because I have to create a block. So I have to solve a lot of complex mathematical problems. Okay. So it was very easy through a simple computer which we have, on which we can operate Tally or on which we can operate Excel. That was sufficient. But now, after so many players have come in, my system has to be so fast that I have to verify the transaction first. So now the demand for graphic card systems has increased. So in fact, there is online tussle between gamers and miners. Gamers say because of you, the graphic card systems prices have increased, and now we have to buy those graphic card systems at a higher price. Okay, so servers are required, graphic card enabled systems are required, a lot of resources go in for becoming a miner. So what I can do is, now if my system capabilities are less, okay, and I'm competing with a company which has got a lot of resources, what I will do is I will create a page where all the individual freelancer miner comes together and say all our server power, we will make it one and start mining. So that 6.25 bitcoins which we get, we will divide it among all the miners. This is called pooling of miners to share the mining fees. In that case, how will the transaction look like? Because the system recognizes only one miner. So there'll be a principal miner who will get 6.25 bitcoins. He will have to split it among everyone, maybe through a smart contract called Ethereum. He will have to split based on the server capability. If I offered out of 100%, 20%, so 6.25 bitcoins multiplied by 20% has to be given to me. And somebody who offered 40% will be the principal miner, right? So now this has to be split. This is a classic case of a joint venture. Now, in case of a joint venture, in case of a JDA, joint venture, where there is a revenue share model, already we have a doubt whether tax is required to be paid or not. The builder will get all the money in escrow account. He will pay all the taxes, and then he will say the tax suffered money is being distributed between landowner and developer. Can the miner take the same position and say, I got the money, I have paid all the taxes which were required to be paid, now I am distributing to everyone? But these miners can be in India, can be outside India. So assuming I am in India, I am the principal miner, I got 6.25 bitcoins, I have to pay $2 to a person, 2 bitcoins to somebody who is in China. Okay, so it will be an import of service for me and export of service by me. $6.25 bitcoin, sorry, will be export. 2 bitcoins will be import. On import, I have to pay reverse charge. On export, I will get export benefits. Right? So, is that a possibility? Definitely yes. Okay. So, main miner can be in India, main miner can be outside India. Okay. Next. Now, initial coins have been offered, bitcoins have been mined, or cryptocurrencies being mined. Now we come into picture, the retailers, and we start buying and selling. When I buy from somebody, can I be taxed? When I sell my 0.0001 bitcoin, can it be taxed? Again, the bitcoin might be coming, or cryptocurrency can be coming from outside India, but not in physical form. So no customs duty, because it has not crossed any customs frontier. It is a digital asset. Okay. And second, like I said, I am not in the business, so I'm not required to pay tax on this purchase and sale of cryptocurrencies. Okay. So this is what I had. Yeah. Okay. Now, whenever I buy and sell on crypto exchanges, there is a commission which is charged. On that commission which WazirX charges, or coins which Kuber charges, on that definitely GST will have to apply on that commission. Okay. Purchase and sale of goods using virtual currency. So if I am buying, say, a phone or a Tesla car using this virtual currency, then if virtual currency is not a currency at all, it is 2 transactions in one. One, to buy the car, I will have to pay GST. Second, the other person is purchasing my virtual currency. So he will have to pay tax. So it is like an exchange of mobile phones, right? So I am selling my mobile phone. I have to pay GST on that. I am buying a phone from somebody else. So he has to pay tax. Likewise here also, I am selling my virtual currency, which is not a currency. So he will have to pay tax on that. I will have to charge tax on that if I'm a dealer. He is selling me a car. I'll have to pay GST on that. So it will be two transactions in one transaction. Okay. So I think this is what I had on cryptocurrencies. I know it is a little short topic, but this is what I understand a little about cryptocurrency, and I thought I would share my views on this. If you have any doubts on this, or if you want me to elaborate on any of the points which I have discussed, please feel free to ask me. I will try my best to answer this. I think Nilesh has something to ask.
I will enable him to talk.
Yes.
Yes, Nilesh ji, you can talk now.
Sure. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Hanish. So I'm on the definition of money.
Sir, can you be a little louder, sir? I'm not able to hear you, sir.
Oh. Yeah. Is it clear now?
Yeah, it's perfect, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I'm on the definition of money. So I'll
Perfect.
just read that part. Money means Indian legal tender or any foreign currency, check, promissory note, bill of exchange, LC, draft, pay order, traveler check, money order, postal or electronic remittance,
Right.
or any other instrument recognized by RBI.
Correct.
So this phrase recognized by RBI, can I restrict it to any other instrument and say that Bitcoin is an electronic remittance and
Right.
therefore money?
So that's an interesting thought, sir. I actually, had a little doubt there. But if you look at this electronic remittance, no, sir, this word is after so many words here. So I would think, though, say a check is not an electronic remittance, but this electronic remittance has to be restricted to the other words which have been used here. It should be something in the nature of that. So it could be a NEFT or RTGS, but I would still think it cannot be a Bitcoin or a cryptocurrency.
How about treating it as actionable claim?
Sorry?
Actionable claim.
Yeah, that's very interesting actually. Can it be an actionable claim? But there is no claim at all in Bitcoin, sir. Because whom can you claim against?
It is a value, right? In exchange, I'm taking and giving a value in exchange.
That is only because of demand and supply. Underlying nothing is there, sir.
Okay. Fine. That's all.
I might be completely wrong, sir, like I said, but this is my reading, sir.
Because the whole industry, I'm told, is operating on the basis of GST on only the difference. They are not taxing or taking input on the gross value.
I'm sorry, sir, I lost your voice. Entire industry is working on?
On the net basis. That is, if suppose I'm buying at $10,000 and selling at $11,000, the companies who are dealing in this are paying only on the difference of $1,000.
No, that
as
may
a
be
commission.
incorrect, no, sir. Assuming they are doing that, first I would say that because there is no mechanism in GST at all, I think it is good not to pay taxes at all, because there is no mechanism. There is no, classification. There is no rate, because I don't know whether it is a CGST, SGST, IGST transaction or an export transaction. Even if they ask me to pay tax, how will I pay the tax or what tax I will pay? It is better not to pay tax. But when I say gross is 10 and then I sell it at 11, I will pay tax on 1,000. There is no mechanism in GST to pay tax only on the profit. No, so it is only income tax which says pay tax on the income. Second-hand goods, yes, there is a valuation mechanism. But for cryptocurrency, is there a mechanism? No, nothing where it says you have to pay only on the profit or on the income.
Oh, thank you.
Right, sir.
So there are few questions in chat box, in Q&A and chat box.
Right, sir. I'll just go to Q&A. Please explain the last example again. Murali Krishna sir, Murali Krishnamurthy sir, if you can just help me out, what was the last example you're talking about, sir?
Sir, I will connect him.
Yeah, sure. In the meantime, I will discuss about Mr. Vijay's question. How is mining done and who does it? Yeah, this is an interesting question. So like in gold, okay, I have to excavate a portion of Earth's crust to get the gold. Okay, likewise here also, this is digital. Okay, where what I do is I have a computer. Now I will register myself as a miner on the system. Whenever a transaction takes place, I will be informed that this transaction is taking place. I will have to verify the transaction, whether it is correct or not. So how do I verify a transaction? That is a little complex, and I also have few doubts on my of mine on how do we verify. But I am told there are mathematical questions which have to be solved, which is through to break through the algorithm. And when I break through this algorithm, I am able to verify the transaction. And whoever does this process is called miner. The first person to solve these questions by using his supercomputers, consuming a lot of electricity, whoever does that will get the reward in the form of bitcoins or in the form of cryptocurrency. So this is all about mining and how the miner gets compensated for all the investments which he has made. If you just search for the mining equipments, you will see the large amount of servers which are there in a lot of companies in China, which have been installed only for the purpose of mining a Bitcoin transaction.
Okay. Mr. Murli Krishna is available.
Yes,
you can ask, sir.
Yes, sir.
Murli Krishna, sir. You can ask. Sir.
Good evening, Mr. Hanish.
Good evening.
The example which I was referring to was the one before you started off this question answer session.
Okay. About buying and selling of a car?
Yes.
Okay. So assuming I want to buy a car, and in India, they allow me to buy the car using a cryptocurrency. Okay. As of now, it is not clear. And so nobody is dealing with purchase and sale of cryptocurrency for purchase and sale of goods. Okay. As of today, cryptocurrency is not money, correct?
Mm-hmm.
It is goods, at least according to me, it is goods. So now I am giving 10,000 bitcoins for buying a car, right? So I am selling my bitcoins to purchase a car. The vendor or the car distributor who is selling this car to me will charge me GST,
Okay.
correct?
Okay.
Because he is selling the car to me.
Okay.
Now I am selling my bitcoins. See, if it were money, I'm not selling money. And even if I'm selling money, GST is not applicable on money. This is a virtual currency which has not been given the recognition of money. So I am selling something which is goods. Because I'm selling, if I am in the business of purchase and sale of currencies, I will have to pay tax on the same. Now, forget this example, sir. Assuming you have an old car, okay? Your business is buying and selling car, okay? You have an old car. You want to change it for a new car. So you sell the old car. Are you required to pay GST on that? Yes, you will have to pay GST on that because you are selling car. When you buy the car, is the distributor required to pay GST? Yes, because he is selling the car. Now replace your old car with virtual currency, which is not currency. It is goods. It will be the same. You are offering your bitcoins, pay tax. He is selling the car. He will pay the tax, or he will charge the tax to you.
Yeah, but I think there is some contradiction in what you are saying, Mr. Hanish.
Right, sir.
On the one hand, you are saying that cryptocurrency is a goods and therefore it is taxable.
Right.
On the other hand, while you answered one of the questions to the before my asking this question, you said it is not coming under the definition of money, and therefore while explaining you also said that don't pay GST at all. So I am little confused about this kind of answer.
I got your point, sir. What I'm trying to say,
it is something like Arjuna asking Lord Krishna, please explain to me the nuances of action versus inaction.
Okay. I'm sorry, sir. I'm very bad at mythology as well as cryptocurrency. I'm really sorry for that. What I'm trying to tell here is cryptocurrency money? No, it is not money. Then what is it? It is goods according to me. So you have to pay tax because it is goods. But the point is, what I'm trying to tell is there any mechanism in the GST law to collect tax on GST? As of today, it is not. But tomorrow when mechanisms are built and we do this transaction, it will be liable to tax, is what I'm trying to tell.
So you're saying that, you wait till the government of India technically announces that, there is some sort of a recognition to this cryptocurrency. Till then, don't pay the GST on that. Have I understood you correctly?
Perfect, sir. 100%.
Right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
So there is some question in chat box as well.
Okay, sir. I'll just go through that.
I think is C currency legal in India?
As of now, there is no, what you say, circular instruction or law which says it is illegal. So if it is not illegal, it is legal, because anybody, even if you want, you can download the app, okay, and you can buy currency, you can sell the currency also. So as of today, you can buy and sell. Only thing is you cannot use this cryptocurrency to buy or sell any goods or services. That's all, because nobody is accepting cryptocurrency for a payment. But buying and selling or holding cryptocurrency, it is not illegal as of now. In fact, whenever the bill is tabled, okay, the 3 occasions where it was to be tabled or it is to be tabled, one of the argument which keeps coming up is, if you de-recognize cryptocurrency today, what will happen to the people, crores of people who have invested billions of rupees, especially after lockdown, in cryptocurrency? What happens to them? Government is not able to find answer for that, and so it is just delaying, delaying the introduction of the bill.
Okay, thank you. Participants, are there any questions? Sir, we will see. If, sir, I would like to ask one question, sir.
Sure, sir.
Yeah. If you see the Central Economic Intelligence Bureau has already, given a recommendation on the modalities
18%.
on how it is to be taxed. Like it said that it should be treated as an intangible for taxing it. One thing.
Correct.
On the place of supply front also, it said that it's a location of the recipient as unavailable, and you can tax it as what you call based on the location of the supplier.
Correct.
On the place of supply front also. So considering that, will the existing law, my question is that, because you are saying that till there is a clarity or clarification on these modalities of taxation, you can avoid or you can at least say not to take a call on paying taxes and all. But my question is that, considering all these things, the existing regulatory framework, assuming that it is out of the definition of money and all, so the existing framework also may have a mechanism to tax based on that clarification. At least they can try to fix it within the 4 corners of the charging section to tax it. So what is your take on that? Unless there is an express clarification from department side upfront that the taxability will be prospective from the date of any notification or clarifications.
Sir, in my view, the present GST law does not support payment of taxes on cryptocurrencies, for the reason that, one, we don't know whether it's goods and service. Assuming it is goods, being an intangible asset, there is no rate prescribed, because in the tariff, in the customs tariff, between chapter 1 and chapter 98, there is no mention or there is no chapter heading which will cover cryptocurrencies. That is point number 1. And residual clause will come into picture only for those items which are mentioned in the tariff, but it is not there in the notification. Correct? It has to be in the tariff. So where is the tariff? So how can you ask me to pay 18%? That is point number 1. Point number 2, it is an intangible asset, so they are admitting it is goods. In case of goods, in case of services, if I don't know the location of the recipient, then the location of the supplier becomes the place of supply. But that condition is not applicable for goods. For goods,
Okay.
where the goods are going, where are the goods going? I have no idea.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hmm?
But if you see that whatever their recommendation was
Correct.
there, they are clearly considering it. I mean, though they have expressly did not say that it is a service, but
Correct.
based on the manner in which they have recommended the taxability, they are considering it as a service.
Correct.
I mean,
Correct.
the manner
They,
in
they
which
have, meaning
they have
it's a
dealt the
confusing
issues like
it's a
yeah, yeah,
confusing thing. They are saying no, charge 18%, we'll get a lot of money, but the modality is not very clear actually.
clear. Okay. Yeah. Sir, we have another question, sir, from Hashmukh Thakkar. Whether it is eligible for basic exemption of GST registration of 20 lakhs, 40 lakhs is the question that has been asked.
So definitely, if it is treated as goods and you're selling it, it is like any other commodity. Whatever rules are applicable to a particular commodity or service, same thing will apply even for cryptocurrencies as well. But you're asking whether it is 20 or 40. In my
I
view,
think I think 20/40 is the what is been mentioned here, sir. Yeah,
where
maybe 20/40, whatever is applicable. I mean, some states it
Oh,
is
okay,
20,
okay.
some states it's
Sorry.
40.
Yeah. So if that state has already given a notification that it will be 40, then because it is goods, it will be 40. But that 40 is applicable only if you do only intrastate supplies. The point here is whether cryptocurrency, what you're transacting in, is intrastate or interstate. That will be the
Interstate.
But otherwise, anyways, whatever is the provision applicable to goods, regular goods, will also apply here. So if your state which you are dealing with has issued a notification to enhance the limit to 40 lakhs for goods, then 40 lakhs will be applicable.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Yeah, any other questions, participants?
Mr. Vijay has a question. If a layman wants to invest in cryptocurrency, how he should proceed in India? Sir, I am not the right person. I can tell you the platform, but I don't want to advise you or encourage you to, get into this market because I'm not the right person to tell you whether you should invest or not. But if you want to invest, there are a lot of applications which are available. Like I have no link with any of these, but these are WazirX or Coin Switch Kuber. You will find a lot of these apps available online. You do your KYC, and then there are a lot of coins available. Whichever cryptocurrency or coins you want to invest, you transfer the money and you can invest. It could be as low as 100 rupees or 1000 rupees, or it could be as high as whatever the limit you want to invest, sir.